Good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this morning. And thank you to Mickey Day and the Howard County Fair Association for hosting us for this announcement. My name is Brian Schefter. It is my honor to serve as Deputy Chief of Staff to our first speaker. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our best in class and never last, Blue Ribbon Leader, Howard County Executive Dr. Calvin Ball.
Well, thank you very much, Brian. I'm going to have to take you everywhere I go. Howard County is a leader in agricultural preservation, promotion, and innovation. Our farms and rural heritage are essential elements of our economy and quality of life that makes us a beautiful, strong community in which to live, work, play, grow, and thrive for all. Our farms provide locally grown food, minimize our environmental footprint, and create jobs. That's why we strive to protect and preserve agricultural land and support the many people whose livelihoods depend upon our farms. And there is no better place to celebrate the progress than right here at the Howard County Fair during Howard County Fair Week. A showcase. That's right, clap it up for the fair. And thank you, Mickey. A showcase of the rich agricultural offerings of our friends and of our neighbors. When I became your county executive, we made it a priority to reopen the county's agricultural land preservation program. Now, since 2019, we have placed more than 300 acres of agricultural land into perpetual easement. In collaboration with our state partners, and you'll hear them be announced later on, Howard County has preserved over 23,000 acres of farmland forever through our agricultural preservation programs since their inception. That is well over 1/3 of all our protected land in Howard County, whether it's in the parks, open space, or preservation easements. But we recognize that easements alone will not ensure our farms continue to grow and thrive. We have and will continue to do more to make sure that agriculture remains a viable business and a way of life for today's farming families and future generations. Our FY24 budget, supported by our county council, thank you council members, includes $20,000 for We Are Fresh, HOCO Fresh, a campaign to promote Howard County farms to our community. Another $32,500 will help support the Roving Radish Marketplace and Meal Kits programs to help make farm fresh meals affordable to our residents. Thank you to James Zoller and our Roving Radish friends. And $150,000 are provided to study the feasibility of a USDA meat processing facility right here in Howard County. Further, the Agricultural Grant for Innovation and Expansion, or the Aggie program, administered by our Howard County Economic Development Authority, provides grants between $1,000 and $20,000 directed to farmers, primarily for on-site structural investments that support operations. With an annual budget of approximately $100,000, this program has awarded nearly 70 grants and over $300,000 since its inception. Today, I'm excited to announce the launch of the Enhanced Agricultural Grant Program. The EAG is a new tool that will provide necessary funding to programs, practices, and equipment that helps our local farmers grow right here. This program was envisioned with Councilmember David Youngman, James Zoller, our Economic Development Authority, and members of my team and our community. This thoughtful group understood that the Aggie grant is great and that we could do even more to support our farmers and agricultural adjacent organizations through larger capital investments, educational programs, and research. The EAG pilot is underwritten by $250,000 in agricultural preservation program funds for FY24. And like the Aggie, all funds must be used to enhance farming right here in Howard County. However, the EAG is distinguishable from the Aggie program in that allowable awards will not be capped. Both farmers and agricultural supporting organizations are eligible to seek funds, and our partners in the Office of Community Sustainability and the Agricultural Preservation Board will administer the grant. We expect that this new program will open the door to exciting and innovation investments in technology and equipment that would not have otherwise been possible. We envision that the possibility for partnerships to enhance marketing, public awareness, and distribution of local produce, meats, and value-added products will be on the rise. And we could also see additional educational and training opportunities to help build awareness for sustainable farming practices and succession planning for family farms. With this funding, the possibilities are endless. It is our sincere hope that this time next year we will be able to share the success of this first round of funding and next steps for this important program. I want to again recognize and thank all of our partners gathered here today for your continued commitment to local producers and agricultural preservation. Together, we will ensure that our farms are preserved, are protected, are supported, and are sustained for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ball. Our next speaker hails from right here in the fighting 5th District, a friend of the farmer and the rural West, Councilmember David Youngman.
Well, welcome to the Fighting Fifth. We're going to get T-shirts to say that. Thanks everybody for coming. This is sort of a watershed day after, I guess, about 2 years, 3 years of talking about this. It was originally brought to me by a couple of the local producers as a way to say, you know, we do a lot of work to bring new farms in, but how do we help to support and sustain, you know, the farms that we have, the true producers? You know, so some folks got together, Leslie from the Farm Bureau and James Zoller, Justin Brendel, I think Ann Jones was part of that meeting, and kind of sketched this out of what this could look like. And I'm thrilled that we brought it to County Executive Ball, and he was receptive to the idea, started it as the pilot program this year, and I really appreciate it, and I know the ag community does appreciate it as well, as does everybody that enjoys the products and the things that agriculture brings. Agriculture preservation is more than just preserving land. We talk about it as preserving land a lot. We look at the AgPres Fund as preserving land a lot. But it really is preserving an industry and keeping an industry sustainable that brings us local food, makes productive use of that preserved land, and creates economic prosperity for the county. So I'm just happy that we can now support these businesses and the dedicated individuals and families that really do the heavy lifting of keeping agriculture going here in Howard County. Thank you.
Next, we have the president of the Howard County Farm Bureau, a champion of local farmers and no stranger to the Howard County Fair, Leslie Bauer.
Good afternoon. The Howard County Farm Bureau appreciates the continued efforts of the county administration as they work to support the business of agriculture in Howard County. In addition to Dr. Ball, I would also like to thank Councilman Youngman, as well as James Zoller, our agricultural coordinator in the Office of Community Sustainability, who all worked to help develop this new grant program and ensure funding was included in the current budget to help facilitate the enhanced agricultural grant. Through the years, the county has worked hard to preserve farmland, as you've heard Dr. Ball already share. Now that a significant portion of our farmland has been preserved, the county is directing their attention to ensure that Howard County farms can remain viable for the future. Many farmers in Howard County have already benefited from the smaller Aggie grant, using those funds for smaller projects around the farm. As farms look to keep the next generation on the farm, as well as to grow and diversify their operations, the new enhanced agricultural grant will go a long way to help support these efforts. There are so many different ways that these funds can be used, from individual farms being able to invest in land, equipment, or new buildings, farmers who can partner together to purchase for a shared purchase of equipment, as well as farms who want to invest in a new farm business enterprise or expand an existing one. The funds can also be used for marketing and educational efforts that highlight and promote our local farms. The funds can assist with educational programming to help promote awareness and understanding of Howard County agriculture, helping to bridge the gap and build a better understanding of how food and so many other products get from our fields to your forks and into your homes. I encourage local farms to take advantage of this new grant program. I look forward to seeing the many ways it will help farmers to thrive in coming years. Thank you again to both Dr. Ball and Councilman Youngman for their continued support of the agricultural community in Howard County.
Our next speaker is a champion of local producers, businesses small and large, east and west. Please help me welcome our new CEO of the Howard County Economic Development Authority, Jennifer Jones.
Good afternoon. Agriculture plays a significant role in Howard County's economy, and it continues to be a vital part of our lives and collective well-being. One of the priorities of the Howard County Economic Development Authority is to ensure the continued success of our farms. As the county executive stated, this first starts with preserving our best and most productive farmland. And we are doing that through the county's current agricultural preservation initiative. In addition to this, we need to make sure that agriculture is an economically viable industry, and that's where innovation grants are so critical. Since 2012, EDA has been providing agricultural grants for innovation and expansion up to $20,000 to allow farms to develop, grow, and move in a totally new direction. An innovation grant allowed BLTs located in Woodbine to purchase tea plants and get the soil ready for planting. They became the first tea farm in Maryland. An innovation grant provided funds to the Patrick family to expand from dairy farming to sunflowers. They purchased a tractor and other equipment to be used in planting sunflowers, creating an entire new agritourism business. And more importantly, gave the next generation an opportunity to continue their farming tradition in a new way. Now, with this $250,000 in funding for the Enhanced Agricultural Grant Pilot, our agricultural entrepreneurs and supporting organizations can implement even bigger projects. I would like to thank the county executive, Councilman Youngman, and James Zoller. This new program will foster increased growth through innovation and leave a legacy of agriculture for the future. Thank you.
And last on our program, but always first in our hearts, is Agricultural Coordinator for the Office of Community Sustainability and Active Family Farmer, James Zoller.
Thank you, Brian. That's quite an introduction. I'll take that. I want to first thank County Executive Dr. Calvin Ball for his commitment to agriculture in Howard County. This grant program has been discussed for over the years by the agriculture community, agricultural leaders, and county officials, and it's very rewarding to see those discussions turn into action. Howard County has done and continues to do an excellent job preserving farmland, but it's equally important to preserve agriculture as an industry for the next generation. We can have farmland as far as the eye can see, but without our farmers, it would all be meaningless. Agriculture is the backbone of our community, and this grant is going to create opportunities for our Howard County farms to expand and continue to thrive. Now it's time for the hard work to begin for our agricultural community to develop meaningful and impactful projects to submit for this new grant opportunity. I'm grateful to be able to work with the agriculture community here in Howard County, and I'm optimistic to see what will be achieved by these grants. And I thank you all for your support and everybody that came together to make this happen. Thanks again.
Before we wrap up, I want to recognize all of the partners that are here today, starting again with Mickey Day, President Mickey Day of the association. Thank you again for hosting us this morning. We have several elected leaders with us today, including Councilmember Deb Young, Senator Lamb, Delegate Natalie Ziegler, Delegate Terry Hill, Delegate Jessica Feldmark, and Delegate Pam Guzzoni. Thank you all for being here and supporting this important effort. I also want to recognize our Agricultural Preservation Board members that are here with us today. Thank you so much for your continued support for agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our event today, but please, invited guests, please join us inside the building behind us for the Ag Leaders Luncheon. Thank you again, and please give yourselves a round of applause for our continued effort to support agriculture here in Howard County.